Hasn't come. Okay, so today we're going to touch base about your day one packet, go over some things, check some things, and then also make sure you guys don't have any questions about what you need to be doing for day two. So I'm going to share my screen with you and then open up. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you're able to see the multiplication paper that I have on the screen right now. All right, great. Okay, so we have been doing some sprints at school and at home, and they've been all over the skill area. So we were talking about converting some measurements last week. We've been doing extended multiplication facts. What else? We did some rounding. We also talked about what number was in between two. So these pages that I have, the very first item for each of your days at home starts with some type of fact practice, because we are going to be getting into more complicated problems and processes. So almost like you're reading fluency, we need to be working on your multiplication facts so that you know them this fast. Now, this did ask you to time yourself. You might have and you might not have. That's okay. The important thing is that you did the practice. Now, I know it's probably been some time since you actually practiced just basic multiplication facts, but that's what we're trying to do. Who can tell me, if you don't know the fact 6 times 4, other than just memorizing with flashcards, what's something that you could do to find the answer, Colin?
Count, repeatedly add 6 4 times.
Very good. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. So if you're in a jam and need to do that, that's a-okay. But we want you to start learning them. So you should be able to eventually, your goal should be to complete at least this whole page in under 5 minutes. You probably have a gauge of how hard it was for you when you did it. And like I said, this is just practice. So the basic multiplication pages, if you have someone at home that would like to check your work, maybe an older brother or sister or a parent, aunt or uncle, babysitter, if they'll check this for you, that would be great. If not, what do you guys all know how to use that could help you check your own work? What's something? I don't know if you have your toolkits with you, but maybe on a device or at home. What else? What could you use?
A calculator?
Exactly. So you should be able to go through these and know 24, 8, 80, 20, 30, 4, 49, and so on. We want to try to learn them that fast. So do you have any questions about the multiplication pages? I'm going to make you guys bigger so I can just either unmute yourself and ask, or wave to me and I can unmute you. But these are just like the sprints. They're to get your brain on math, to wake you up a little and just get you moving for the day. No more yawning, Maria. I don't have any coffee left to wake myself up. No more yawning. Hi, Carson. I didn't see you sneak in there. Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Okay, the next thing is each day you have a lesson that you're going to complete in your math packet. All of the lessons that we have are review lessons, things that we've done already. I'm going to open up the packet just so I'm not going to go through and read all this to you, but it is important that when you're working at home that you are reading the lessons for the day, because that is your teaching. So what you had to do yesterday was go through all of this place value review. And we've been doing a lot of this, and you guys have been doing very well with the standard form, word form, expanded form, knowing the value of the different places. So at home, you should be either reading this out loud to yourself or reading it silently to yourself and going through and seeing what it tells you. This does a very nice review of greater than, less than, and equal to, and then it actually goes through a couple different example problems. So it takes numbers and it puts it in a chart. One different thing was they call this, instead of putting hundred thousands in the chart, you'll see they separated it by the ones period and the thousands. So if that was confusing to you, just like we did with your place value charts, it's the same thing, the ones, tens, hundreds. And instead of writing out thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s. They just put thousands at the top, but it means the exact same thing. So you want to read through the examples. Here they put a lot of numbers in the place value chart to show you expanded form. Another example with some jars and pickles. And then this is the coached example. This means you're going to actually interact with this page. So I want you to go ahead in your pile of papers, and I want you to take out the coached example. And we're going to go through this one together. Hi, Hunter. I'm going to make sure I get down everyone that we have. So we had Carson come in. Hunter. I'm going to read off everyone's name that I have. If you're here and I don't have you marked down, just unmute yourself. So I see Maria, Hayden Garland, Carson Colin, Peyton, Tyler, Sophia, Sarah, Trace, Nina, and Hunter. Did I miss anyone? No. Okay. Okay. Sophia, why don't you start reading for us?
Okay. It says Sophia's car has been driven 123,764 miles. Liam's car has been driven 149,058 miles. Whose car has been driven a greater number of miles?
Okay, so we know the important information here is we know that Sophia drove 123,764 miles and Liam drove 149,058 miles. We have to figure out whose car was driven the greater number. So first, they want us to write the two numbers in the place value chart. Okay, so why don't we have, I'm just going to go down the list. Nina, can you tell me where the numbers would go for 123,764? Where do they go in my chart?
In the 100,000th place for Sophia. Yeah, in the 100,000th place you put a 1. In the 10,000th place you put a 2. In the 1,000th place you put a 3. Then the 100th place you put a 7. And then the 10th place you put a 6. In the 1st place you put a 4.
Very good. And I just put an S there, so I know that that's Sophia's. Okay, Hayden, go ahead and unmute yourself. And I want you to tell me where I'm going to put these digits for Liam's numbers.
The 1 goes in the hundreds.
100,000s.
The 4 goes in the 10,000.
Yep.
The 9 goes in the thousands.
Very good.
The 5, no, the 0 goes in the hundred.
Very good.
The 5 goes in the tens. And the 8 goes in the 1.
Nice job. So now these pages do a really good job of acting as your teacher. So these are the things that I would be asking you guys if you were in class with me. So we want to find the digit that's the greatest place value. So when you're looking at this chart, Carson, what's the biggest place value? Don't even look at the numbers, but just look at the 100,000s, 10,000s, 1,000, hundreds, tens, or ones. Which one of these is the greatest place value?
100,000s.
Very good. So right here, you should have written 100,000s because that's the biggest place that we have in our chart. Now we're going to pick out the greatest place value, which digit is in each of these numbers. So I'm going to scan down here. Sarah, in 123,764, which digit is in the greatest place value? So we know the greatest place value is the 100,000s place. So which of these digits is in the 100,000s place?
1.
Very good. Peyton, in 149,058, what digit's the greatest place value?
1.
Very good. So now when we're comparing numbers, we usually line them up. We know that this isn't going to help us. So it tells you the digits are the same. So find the digit in the next greatest place value. So Maria, after 100,000s, what's our next biggest place?
10,000s.
Very good. So this is telling you now we need to look in the 10,000s place. Okay, let's see. Hunter, in this number, which digits in the 10,000s place?
2.
Trace, in this number, which digits in the 10,000s place?
4.
Yep. So since these digits are different, we're going to find the value of the digits to compare them. So Tyler, when this digit, so we're going to look at the 2. What's the value of this 2? Since it's in the 10,000s place, what's its value? You have to unmute yourself.
200,000.
No, this is not the 100,000s place. This is the 10,000s. So when
23,000.
not 23,000, just the 2. So you're going to leave this 2 here and replace all of these with zeros. So what would that number be?
20,000.
Yep. I want you to do one more for me. So leave yourself unmuted. Now we're going to look at this 4. It's the same place value, Tyler. It's the 10,000s. So if you have 4 10,000s, what's its total?
40,000.
Very good. Okay, so Maria, I'm going to put both of these numbers in this equation. What symbol should go here? Greater than, less than, or equal to?
Less than.
Very good. 20,000 is less than 40,000. So now we have to compare the numbers. Colin, can you read this equation for me and tell me what symbol goes in there?
123,764 is less than 149,058.
Okay, so then we see that this is the bigger number. Now I'm going to look back up at the top. This number goes with Liam. So how many of you, give me a thumbs up if you had Liam's car had driven the greater number of miles? I'm looking for your thumbs. I see some no hands. All right. Trace, did you get that one right? Did you have Liam? Okay. Okay. So that's an example of what you should be doing for the coached example. Now, we're not going to go through all of these problems and work them out, but we are going to check your work. So I want you to take out something to check with. And we're going to, I'm going to read the problem, and then I'm going to call on you, and you're going to give me what answer you had, okay? Number 1, I'll do the first one, and then I'll call on someone for the rest. I'll actually just say the number, and then you can read it and tell us what you got. So I'll model it for you for this first one. An airplane full of passengers and luggage weighed 380,955 pounds. What is the number in standard form? So I know that's 380,955. So letter C, you should have. And I'll just interrupt if I have to fix your answer. So we'll just keep going. Trace, number 2.
Which of the following shows another way to write 1
Chunk this together.
81,027?
All right. A, B, C, or D?
B.
Trace, this is an example of what form? 81,027. What form is this written in? Standard, word, or expanded?
Word form.
And what's this one? Standard, word, or expanded?
Standard.
Very good. Okay, Sarah, number 3.
A humpback whale weighs 78,380 pounds. A blue whale weighs 392 pounds. Which statement is true? A.
Go ahead and read it.
78,380 is greater than 108.
Not greater than. Remember, when it's closed, that means
Less
less
than.
Yep. 108,392. Okay, Nina, number 4.
Doug is playing a game. In order to win a point, he must write a number that follows these rules. 4 in the hundred thousandth place, 7 in the hundredth place, 5 in the 10th place. What number could Doug write to win a point? C.
Okay, I see a 4 in the 100,000s, 7 in the hundreds, 5 in the tens. You are correct, Nina. Nice job. Okay, number 5. Let's see who's Colin.
Which statement is not true?
Ooh, that don't let it trick you. Okay, this one we want to find the one that's not true. What do you think?
I think B.
Go ahead and read it.
27,827 is the same as 28,727.
Very good. All you need to do is look at these 2 digits to see those are different. Nice job. Okay, Peyton, number 6.
Which statement is not true?
Number 6, honey. We already did 5.
Which is the standard form of the number below? 100,000 plus 40,000 plus 400 plus 80 plus 1. B.
Let's check your work. I see the 1 in the 100,000s. I see a 4 in the 10,000s, 4 in the hundreds, 8 in the tens, and 1 in the ones, meaning that would have been a 0. You are correct. Okay, if you have any questions, please just unmute yourself and ask. We'll move on to number 7, Sophia.
It says the number of miles Miss Ruse has driven her car is shown below. And the number is 68,316. And my answer was D because it asks what is the word form of this number.
Go ahead and read D.
68,316.
Very good. Okay, number 8, Carson.
Which number is less than 972,308?
Okay, so we're looking for which one of these is smaller than this number.
D. 970,710.
Very good, because we have the same 9, the same 7, but here the 0 is smaller than the 2. Nice job. Okay, Tyler, number 9. Unmute yourself.
Which number is less than
1,000.
99,000?
Okay, which one of these is smaller than 99,000?
33,209.
Very good. Letter B. Okay, Hayden, number 10.
Which number is always greater than a 5-digit number?
Okay, so this is telling you no matter what the numbers are, which one will always be bigger than a 5-digit number?
6.
A 6-digit
D.
number. There you go, letter D. Because even no matter what it is, even if it's a 1, it'll be bigger than a number that only goes up to a 5-digit place value. Hunter, number 11.
The table below shows the number of cars that entered Willow Park each month. May 10,954, June 13,692, July 13,740, August 12,388. In April, 13,701 cars entered the park. Which month had a number of cars greater than the number in April?
Okay, so we need a number, Hunter, greater than 13,701.
C, July.
So 13,137. Here we have a 0. Here we have a 4. I agree. July is larger. Maria, number 12.
Which is the expanded form of 704,130? And it's A.
Okay, let's check. I have a 7 in the 100,000s place. So then do I have a 4 in the thousands? Yep. 1 in the hundreds? Yep. 3 in the tens? You are correct. Letter A. Okay, did everyone get a turn that first round? Okay, now we're going back to, we're going to start with, oh, everyone switched places on my screen. So Hunter, you're up for number 13.
For a certain game, players had to score more than 7,500 points to advance in the next round. Which score would not advance?
Cool, so we need to figure out who wouldn't go. So we're looking for a number that's what, greater than or less than 7,500?
Less than.
Which one is that, honey?
D, 7,493.
Very good. So we have the 7, same 7s, but this 4 is smaller than 5. Very good. Okay, Nina, number 14.
Mr. Smith asked for 4 students to each write a 6-digit number. The number that each student wrote is shown below. C.
So we have to figure out which inequality, that means an equation that shows greater than, less than, or equal to, shows a correct comparison. Which one do you think is correct?
C.
C. So let's see. Is 564,250 greater than 564,290? So if I rewrite those, just like I tell you guys, rewrite them one on top of the other so we can compare. The 5s are the same, 6s are the same, 4s are the same, 2s are the same, but 5 is bigger. So this number is larger, and you are correct. That shows it being larger. Okay, Sarah, number 15, about Carlos.
Carlos is playing a card game. To win the game, Carlos must use the cards to make a 6-digit number that is less than 123,786. Which number can Carlos make that is less than 123,786?
This is almost like the game Name That Number. So, Sarah, you have to use these digits and make a number smaller than this number. Can you do that?
A.
So let's check. We have the 1s the same, the 2s the same, the 3s the same. The right here, 6 is less than 7. Very good. Okay, Colin, number 16.
The table below shows the areas of Great Lakes.
Colin, here's a bonus question for you. We talked about this right before we left school. What is area? Do you remember? Is that the outside or the inside?
It's the inside of, it's the inside of a
shape, kind of? Yeah, of a shape, of an area, of a figure. Good. Okay, so we have to figure out which statement is true. So when you read these 4, which one did you believe would be true?
A. Lake Michigan has a lesser area than Lake Superior.
Okay, so I'm going to circle both of these, and we want to see if Lake Michigan has a lesser, smaller area. Oh, right here, that was a nice, easy one. So Colin, they both go to the 10,000s place. What's smaller, 5 or 8?
5.
Very good. You didn't have to move in your different place values here. Great job. Letter A. Any questions on this page from anyone? Okay, Peyton, you're on for number 17.
The population of, sorry,
That's okay.
that was my brother's.
That's all
The
right.
population of Emily's town can be written using the digits 1, 4, 7, 3, and 6. What is the least possible population of Emily's town?
Okay, so let's use these numbers, Peyton, and what strategy could we use to put them in to make the smallest number?
What strategy?
Like, how could you take these numbers and arrange them to make sure you're making the smallest number?
What I do and what I did was I chose the smallest number. I put them from least to greatest.
Okay, so out of these, which digit's the smallest?
1,
Then,
3,
then,
4,
then,
6,
then.
7.
Good. So your strategy was ordering them from least to greatest. Now we're going to count 1, 2, 3 places. Put your comma. What's the smallest number you could make, Peyton?
13,407.
That matches up with letter C. Is that what you had, buddy? Nice job. Okay. Sophia, number 18. Read to us about Emmerich Park.
Okay, sorry, my thing fell out down. It says, Rich Park received the following numbers of visitors each of the past 4 years. The numbers are 96,559, 73,033, 85,900, 93,699, and then it asks which was the least number of visitors, and my answer was B.
Very good. And if I look at, we have all 10,000s place, and the 7 is definitely the smallest. Okay, so now we have some open-ended questions. We have to do some writing. The table below shows the results of this year's election for mayor of Westville. For part A, we have to write the number of votes that Maria Diaz, all right, Maria Dinkel, that's the closest thing I've ever seen to your actual real name. So you're on for this one. So we're going to look at how many votes did you get?
I got 275,091 votes.
Okay, so how would we write that in expanded form? Remember, stretch it out.
200,000 plus 70,000 plus 5,000 plus 90 plus 1.
Now, read it to me very slowly, and I'm going to write down exactly what you say for word form.
275,091.
Okay, stop right there. 275,000, and I'm going to put my comma there. Did anyone pick out something in Maria's answer that I should not include? Carson? Oh, Maria, did you pick it out? What? You caught yourself.
I put and.
Yeah, no and. There's no decimals here. Carson, is that what you were going to say? Good catch. Okay, Maria, so I have 275,000, comma. Now, how do I finish this up?
At 91.
Very good. 91. So go ahead and check your work. If you have to, just try to spell the best you can. I know sometimes those 70s sound like they should have a D in them, and same with 90. So just try your best. All right, now we'll move on to part B. In the last election for mayor, the winner got 271,406 votes. Which candidate from this year's election received fewer votes than last year's election winner? Use place value to explain why the candidate's number of votes is less. Trace which of these candidates had less than 271,406 votes. Lenka, Nancy, Maria, or Orline? Which number is less than 271,406?
Two hundred 271,348.
Okay, so we're going to write Nancy Smith, and I'm going to write down her number. Okay, so Trace, we have to write use place value to explain why it's lower. So I'm going to put the number from the problem above it. Which place value did you have to use to select which of these was the smaller number? Did you use the 100,000s, 10,000s, thousands, hundreds, tens, or ones?
Hundreds.
Very good. So we're going to say we used the hundreds place. And 3 is less than 4. So we have our answer here with Nancy Smith, and then we use place value words, the hundreds place, to explain why it was smaller. Okay, any questions? That was a very, very good place value review. Any questions? Okay, so that was the lesson for yesterday. This page right here, these were multi-step problems. We're not going to go over this problem, but right now, if you are someone that's not fully remote, I gave you and your parents a job. If you've been to one of the Schoology trainings, you should see all my folders in there now. Your job is to try to scan this after you've done it and send it to me in Schoology just to make sure you know how to send me documents. Everyone should be showing their work and also labeling their answers. Maria, I had a chance to look at yours and it looks good, but when you don't have to do it right now, but once we get off, look at letter D. You have the right answer, but look at your subtraction problem that you had. You put 16 minus 20, but remember to always put the bigger number on top. Okay, so just flip that around just for good habits. So this is the page, multi-step problems, that after you're finished with it, I want your parents to send me in Schoology just as a little test to make sure, not like a test that I'm going to grade this, but to make sure you know how to get documents to me. Okay, so today it's day 2. Now this is your warm up for today. I just want to show you how to use this. You're going to be doing all these multiplication problems. Just like a multiplication division chart, you don't ever go diagonal. Your fingers have to stay in the lanes, just like a car. So why there's a 12 right here is because we're taking 12 times 1, and where your fingers meet, that's where the answer goes. So up here, here's the answer, the product of 16. So you should be asking yourself, what did they multiply? So I know they multiplied 2 times 8 gives me 16. So what fact would you be solving for this spot? Who knows? What fact are you solving for this spot? So look at where your fingers should be.
9 times 5.
9 times 5 equals what?
45.
Good. Let's try another one. How about right here? What goes here?
7 times 1
equals?
7.
Good. How about here?
0 times
0 times 8.
Equals?
0.
Good. Okay, so I just want to make sure you guys knew how to do that. Okay, so today, let's unshare this. If you haven't started today's, yes, Colin.
I've already completed everything for today.
Great job. So maybe Colin, why don't you tell everyone what today's lesson is about?
It's about converting time.
It's all about telling time. Now, one of the tough things for fourth graders is sometimes you haven't had time in a long time. You usually start learning about it in second grade, and sometimes third grade, it's not really focused on a lot. So you really want to take your time as you are reading through the lesson for today. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing the same thing in the Zoom. We will be checking your coached example and checking your problems, and then just seeing if you have any questions. So I'm going to stop recording now, and I'm going to let you guys ask